Okay, let's stick with Kyle Shanahan, but move to a new subject. How he talked about Jimmy Garoppolo yesterday in Shanahan's press conference. I think Shanahan's Monday press conferences are interesting because that's when a coach can say, "Look, I thought about it. Blame me. I did XYZ wrong." So before we talk about my players, I want you guys to know that I'm assuming responsibility for the following things. That's what Sean McVay always does, and Shanahan never does it. Yesterday, he was real candid about Jimmy Garoppolo's bad throws. He said, yeah, he should have hit him in the end zone, and should have hit Bourne in the end zone in the fourth quarter, and should have hit Trent Taylor on the final play. So he's very blunt and honest to players, to media, but I feel like he's not blunt and honest with himself. Do you see that, Dad?
I do, and I'm going to use another word. He's a blamer. He blames people. Do you agree, Iggy?
I would agree. Yes.
He's a blamer. So in other words, you really do appreciate when a coach is honest. You know, the quarterback didn't live up to what I needed from him. The guy didn't run a good route, all that kind of stuff. You appreciate it. But when it comes week after week after week, when they lose, or even sometimes when they win, you begin to say, well, where do you figure as the coach? You just got an extension. Where do you figure? Are they not coached well enough? Did you not get a roster that's good enough? You appreciate a coach who says, you know, in this situation, I wish I had this call over again. I would have done it better. Or, you know, I don't think I taught him well enough, etc. You don't like a coach who separates from the team.
Right. Absolutely. And look, like if I'm trying to put it in our terms, like if someone was grading our writing and we felt like they were being too harsh on us, still, I mean, if there was a whole team, you'd be like, I'll take the credit. I'll take the criticism. Give it to me. Even if you didn't believe it, even if you felt like the piece you wrote was flawless, you would want to take the criticism for other people. That's a bad analogy. But what I'm saying is it's leadership. What Kyle Shanahan could do, even if he doesn't think he made a mistake, even if he's really has the conviction that everything he did was right, he can go up there and for the sake of his players, be like, you know what? Blame me. I could have had a better game plan. I could have called a better play on this play. Even if it's disingenuous, the players will appreciate it, and that's leadership.
Would Harbaugh have blamed his players?
Oh, never. Absolutely not. Never. I remember when Alex Smith was his quarterback before he switched to Colin Kaepernick, and Smith was always a little shaky, lacked a little confidence, and media was all over him. Every time Alex had a bad game, and the media would be like, well, what'd you think of Alex, Jim? And he'd be like, thought he was fantastic. Thought he was great. And basically what he's saying is like, I'm not going to tell you how I really feel. I'm not going to tell you.
I'm not going to put my guy down in public.
No, why would I?
It's not what a coach does. So I come back to the word you use, leadership. You know, he's not an offensive coordinator, Shanahan. He's a head coach. A head coach has to have a certain demeanor. I went Brooklyn for a second. A certain demeanor, and he has to protect his players and not embarrass them. And I think this is one of the things Kyle has to learn.
Right. So, Kyle thinks he's more faithful to the truth than to his players, but he needs to be more faithful to his players, and that involves.
I don't agree with your statement. He's more faithful to the truth about other people. Yeah. He's not faithful to the truth about himself.
Agree.
So in that regard, he's a propagandist.
Oh, yeah. Agree.
He's a propagandist for himself. So again, we gave him in the first segment, I gave him an F on how he handled the press conference. On how he blames other people, I give him an F on that one too.
Yeah, and remember, he's had one good season as a head coach. He still has a lot to prove. He's 23-26. His first two seasons, he had big time losses, and now he's 0-1. So he has a lot to prove as a head coach. He's not proven. He's proven as a coordinator.
That's right. He's not proven. Well, hold on. I think that's a little too extreme. He did get a team to a Super Bowl.
I'm not saying he's a bad head coach. He's just not proven. He's had one winning season.
What do you mean by proven? Hold on. He's proven he can get a team to a Super Bowl. He's not proven that he can win a Super Bowl. He's not proven that he's in the Joe Gibbs, Bill Walsh category. He's a very good head coach.
Yeah, he's a very good head coach. But he's had one winning season. All right, let's leave it at that.